Hello, fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your Jupiter special horoscope covering Jupiter moving into the sign of Libra from September 2016 right to October 2017. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. With Jupiter's move into a new sign and really out of your sign, this represents you taking all the good that has transpired and bringing it out to more areas of your life. So let me take you back a little bit, because it was last year that you began a brand new cycle, really a brand new 13-year cycle, as Jupiter starts to travel around your sky, but starts with you. And when Jupiter enters your sign, all kinds of things start to become clearer. And mainly what starts to become clearer is an understanding of self, of your potential, of the opportunities available to you, of what you need to be happy. And this can be an energy that helps you believe in yourself, believe in life, have faith in the possibilities that life has on offer for you. And the other really great thing when Jupiter moves into your sign is that sense that great turnarounds are possible. And particularly, part of it is also that you just feel better. You feel better regardless of how old you are. Your body starts to feel better. You start looking better. People start commenting that you look better. And you start seeing yourself and understanding that there's something radiating from you, from your heart, from your spirit, and that people are responding to that. So it can be a really expansive time, and it can start to feel like good things are happening all around, but particularly with you, it tends to be a happy time, an optimistic time. And that's the key word with Jupiter, is optimism. So it can be quite an optimistic time, and there's lots to be optimistic about. The things that you begin when Jupiter's in your sign really bloom going forward for many, many years to come. It's the beginning of a major cycle. So you've had that over the course of the last year. That is what you have been experiencing. Now you are going to take all that understanding of self, all those insights into who you are and what your capabilities are, and you will use that to make more money. So that's one way to understand this, right? That's a very immediate way, and that's sort of very textbook, and the thing that astrologers tend to say when we see Jupiter about to move into this part of your sky, we would say, okay, you're gonna start making more money. Yes, that's part of it, right? But really what it is that you start placing greater value on what you do and what you offer. And a part of that is that other people are valuing what you do and what you offer. So this becomes a chance for you, as you see yourself with greater value, as you see what you're giving to the world with greater value, the universe responds to that and helps you to bring about greater prosperity. This can also be a really great time to heal any issues around prosperity as well. So if you have felt, which people do, right? I think money is a very emotional issue for most of us, for a lot of us, and it is symbolic of energy. And so this is your chance to understand what money symbolizes for you as part of your unique journey, and where it is that you can allow prosperity to find you that much more easily, where it is that you can create space for prosperity to find you, and where it is that maybe there's some beliefs in there, there are some ways of being in the world that are not allowing the type of prosperity to find you that you know on some level that you are ready for. Well, this is your chance to heal a lot of that stuff. So what I mean by that is, and this is an example I like to give. When you go and you buy something, right, or you pay a bill, there's an idea that actually came from a book called The Power by Rhonda Byrne, and I am a big fan of this book. It's about the law of love as a universal principle, and particularly using the law of love to apply to the law of attraction. So she frames the law of attraction in the paradigm of the law of love. So it works really well in helping to understand how to summon this energy. But in this book, the author talks about how when you're paying a bill, when you are going to buy something, it's so important to have good energy. It's so important to feel prosperous in the action, to feel a sense of endless possibilities, to be grateful, to be absolutely grateful, and to feel a sense of great abundance, because the universe is going to respond to that. And how it is that you feel when you pay a bill, or how you feel when you buy something, speaks volumes about where you are in terms of your own understanding of your potential to earn and what you deserve, and so many other things. It shows you something about where you are in your relationship with money. That is a huge learning opportunity. That is a huge healing opportunity. If every time you go to pay a bill, you think about, or every time money comes and you start thinking about where the money's got to go, and you feel like, oh, now, okay, I can pay that bill, and then that bill's going to take all this money that I now have, that is not good. Like, that's an energetic state that ultimately is keeping money from you. So the great thing is, when Jupiter moves into this part of the sky, you get that. You get it, and you see the universe reward you for doing the work of changing your energy. And you see the universe show you how you are very abundant, and to help you focus on abundance that much more as a feeling. So that's part of the more spiritual level of this. Now, when I say this, I don't mean to make it materialistic. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I am saying is that this part of the sky, it represents something about your relationship to money, to possessions as well. And it says something about where you are in terms of the giving and receiving of money. And so wherever you are as a starting point, this can bring a lot of healing energy to take you in the direction you truly desire to go, where the soul truly desires to go as well, but also just consciously where it is that you desire to go. And it's not uncommon when we have energy like this, Jupiter move into this part of the sky, that you start becoming interested in things like jewelry and wanting to buy the finer things, or wanting to accumulate a little bit more than usual can also be part of this energy. And look, as long as you're enjoying the process and you're maintaining that healthy relationship, right? Because ultimately you matter, spirit matters. That is primary. And then everything else, like I like to say, everything else is makeup, everything else is fun, everything else is play. So if you can keep that right relationship, then you can find this a really fun time, and also a really prosperous time as well. So yes, on one level, you should notice over the course of the year that Jupiter moves through this part of the sky, people tend to go from one income bracket to another higher income bracket. And so you can expect to see that growth. And along the way, you'll be looking at yourself and doing your own work to get there that much more fully. In particular, I'm going to invite you to consider how, when Jupiter, over the course of this cycle, over the course of this transit through the sign of Libra, will speak with Pluto at key moments, but also will be speaking in supreme, well, not supreme harmony, but certainly in harmony with Saturn, and will speak with Uranus as well. So these are really lovely aspects, particularly the Saturn and the Uranus, where this is breakthroughs, surprises that you weren't expecting, that bring greater stability all around, that make you feel that much stronger all around. However, we are going to have Pluto speaking with that Jupiter as well. And what that says to me is you needing to address some of the more emotional issues, you needing to face some fears. That's what this conversation is. In at least one area of life, wherever Jupiter is going, we are going to face some deep, dark fears as part of transcending them, as part of then breaking free in an instant, feeling that they are behind us and moving towards greater stability as a result. So it's a journey, it's a sacred journey, and you certainly are on it. But you can expect that. Just be aware of that there may be some key moments, particularly in the fall and in the spring. There may be some moments there where you feel a little bit uncertain around money, and you're facing up to your own self and your own sense of limitations so that you can transcend them. So this could be, if you're self-employed, for example, you set the prices to what you offer. This could represent you wanting to ask for more money, wanting to change that and ask for more money, but then confronting the fears that you have of doing that. What are people gonna think? Are my customers gonna go away? All that conversation that may be there may be part of your journey and your learning towards experiencing greater prosperity. And confronting those fears or dealing with those fears, looking at them, can ultimately be a tremendously healing prospect. Now, the other thing I am going to say about this, with Jupiter speaking with Pluto, this type of conversation, it can suggest some financial stress, some financial strain. It may be related either to a child, okay, maybe a child's needs where it applies, or your desire. Really, it might just be your desire to give everything to your kids, which is very possible. For those to whom it applies, if you have children, it's very natural to want to give them everything in the world, and to want for them to have everything that you wished you had or desire to have. And so given that it is so natural, confronting that and looking at that and looking at healthy ways to give may very well be part of this. So it may not be that there's any kind of financial restriction. It may be more that you're looking at, okay, what are the consequences? What is this adding up to? Is this something that makes sense if I'm going to give now? Is some tough love, is that something that needs to be practiced here? So that could be part of the learning as well. But also, and again, to be forthright, for a small percentage of you out there, this also does suggest something about issues around gambling, okay? So if that is an issue, again, small percentage of you out there. But if that is something that is affects your life or is part of your life in any way, then this is going to show you if a problem is there in regards to going too far or stretching it a little bit too much in terms of taking those risks, right? And some risks are easier to take than others, of course, but it's just about being smart about it. Are you gambling really big with stuff that maybe is throwing off the balance of security, right? Like I like to say, when you go and you buy a lottery ticket or anything, any kind of risk you take, if you come from a place of prosperity, if you are aligned with the energy of prosperity and abundance, you are helping the universe so many times over to actually fulfill that wish of winning the lottery. And that could even be like, for example, it's been said, if you have a desire to take a gamble with your talent or with some element of what you do, you want to put it out there, you want to take a chance and see if it's going to take you anywhere. Or especially, this is something that artists do a lot, right? You put yourself out there, you share what it is that you offer, hoping that the returns will come. Well, is there any part of you that is resisting that flow of the return, of letting that come back in the way? Is there any part of you that needs to look at and heal that relationship of you feeling safe while putting yourself out there? Very much could be part of this energy as well. But again, that's the opportunity, right? That's the opportunity to make a profound and meaningful change, to take progress and to feel a sense of forward momentum overall with this energy, because the breakthroughs are there, the realizations are there. It's like you have to come up to that fear, come up to that tension, come up to that uncertainty, and realize what matters and what doesn't, realize what's essential and what really is superfluous. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you face whatever that is, and then almost instantly on the other side, you transcend it and you move towards greater prosperity. And in some cases, it could happen literally in a snap of a finger, and it could happen literally in some cases overnight as well. But this is going to be prosperity, and as the prosperity comes, it's going to be prosperity that lasts. You'll be able to figure out how to use the advances you make in order to transition yourself towards greater security, and in order to transition yourself towards feeling a greater sense of stability financially and otherwise. This type of placement can be good regardless of your work, self-employed, working with an organization. If you work hourly or salary-based, you should notice an increase. It could be an increase of hours, that is possible. A raise is possible as well. A promotion becomes possible with this as well. And of course, if you're self-employed, you could definitely find yourself being that much more in demand and seeing a rise in your value being appreciated as well. What I really love about Jupiter moving through this part of the sky for you is that it helps you to heal something very deeply within, right? Now we're going beyond money. We're not just looking at it from a financial perspective, but we're looking at it from a perspective of self-value, of valuing yourself, of speaking up for yourself, of asserting your worth in the world, and knowing that it's a healthy thing to do, and knowing that the universe will respond to any sincere and healthy and love-based affirmation. And this could be true in your relationships as well. So wherever it is that you may feel, and especially with Jupiter speaking with Pluto, if you feel that where you are in terms of your relationship is not matching what you know you deserve, and this is going to be a time when you're speaking up for yourself and you're willing to do what's required to heal that. So whether that is work that you need to do within yourself, or whether that is doing work between the relationship you have to heal that, you absolutely are willing to do that and move in that direction. If you're open to meeting someone new, I would just say, just be mindful with this energy. If you're open to meeting someone new, you don't want to mix dating and money too much, because there can be some interesting moments around that. If you're just getting to know somebody and one person is in a very different financial bracket than the other, that becomes very possible with the sky like this. And also any expectations that might be there around money start to become that much more obvious with the sky like this. Just pay attention to that and make sure that you are checking in with yourself and feeling like you are wanted for you, or that the person you're getting to know feels that they are wanted for themselves, or that you are getting to know somebody and you really want them for them and not for any kind of financial symbolic value that they might bring. That might very well be part of the learning opportunity with this, and yet you're learning, and yet you're learning to love yourself. You're learning to ask more of yourself, and you're learning to ask more of the universe. And as a result, the universe will respond in kind as you gear up to have one of the best financial years that you have seen in a while. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm truly so grateful for it. I wish you all good things this year and beyond. It'll be a great transit. Enjoy. Until we connect again, take care.